what I was saying about customer profiling is that when people have a product or service, they generally tell to their referral partners or to the entire world that I have a product or service which is which can possibly be used by anybody. So entire world is my customer. So it could be like I am selling internet, for example. So everybody who is using internet is my customer. Now in today's world, almost every single person on this planet is using internet, more or less. So 7 billion is the potential. 7 billion people could possibly be the customer of that particular service provider. Or sometimes people say that I have a product which is very much suitable for women or specifically to children. तो जितना भी वुमन पॉपुलेशन है या चिल्ड्रन पॉपुलेशन है, दैट कैन पोटेंशियली बी माई कस्टमर. People who are selling cell phones or manufacturing cell phones, again those who has a need to use cell phone can possibly be their customer. But that is actually becoming very generalistic about your customer profiling. When it comes to customer profiling, we should be, or looking at the product, we should be very, very specific. So instead of saying that anyone who is using internet is potentially my customer, if you try to narrow down, what it does is, because you are narrowing down, and let me give you an example of narrowing down. How can we narrow down? We can narrow down by saying that, okay, all the male business professionals who are in the age group between 35 to 55 in metro cities are my potential customers. Now this is a very, very specific and narrowed down profiling, because you are taking the age factor, you are taking the gender, and you are also taking the geography, because you are talking about metro city, you are talking about age group between 35 to 55, and you are talking about male business professional. So not just every single male who is fitting into that geography and that age bracket, but you are also talking about male business professionals. Or sometimes, if let's say if it is a product for mothers, then you can possibly say that all the mothers who are aged between 24 to 45 having at least one children below 7. So here again you are becoming very, very specific. So ultimately what needs to be done is, there are 4 things that you need to keep in mind. One is the demographics, which when we say demography is basically taking care of the age, the gender, the educational qualification, the income level, their status in terms of whether they are professionals or business owners or there are retired people, those kind of things. So occupation is also taken into consideration, and you can also take care of or specify the geography. And when you narrow it down, then what happens is, you are targeting the audience on one hand, but at the same time all the marketing and sales effort that you are putting in becomes also very concentrated and very focused. So basically you are spending relatively very less amount compared to the whole world, because you have narrowed down and you have actually targeted your audience. So your resources that you are using in marketing and sales becomes very specific to that particular demography. The other thing that we can keep in mind is buying habits. Buying habits depend on who are the decision makers. For example, the role of a person, whether it is a husband who is making the decision, or a homemaker who is making the decision, or it is children who are influencing the decision, or the elder people who are basically have a bigger say in decision making. Then under buying habit you can also think of frequency of buying, whether they are buying a particular product once in a month, once in a week, on a daily basis. There are products which we buy on a daily basis, or at least they are daily needs, even if we are not buying daily, but there are daily needs. Whether they have a tendency to buy online or offline, this becomes very relevant in today's world, and Ojas is already into this online world. He can confirm to this that there are customers who have a buying behavior pertaining to this particular aspect, which is whether they are buying online or offline. Or there are customers who are buying based on the referrals.
Yes.
किसी ने बोल दिया, word of mouth publicity जो बोलते हैं. So people also are habituated to buy only if they have a good referral or strong recommendations coming from somewhere. And there are some people who are making their buying decisions based on the social influence. So मेरी सोसाइटी में चार घर में फलाना चीज़ लगाया है तो आई शुड ऑल्सो गो फॉर दैट. सो दैट्स अ काइंड ऑफ सोशल इन्फ्लुएंस दैट वी आर टॉकिंग. Another aspect in customer profiling is psychographics.
Perfect.
Where you are looking at various personal aspect of the people, because it's a psychography. The things like the values, जिसको हम संस्कार बोलते हैं, the value system, their belief system, their attitudes, the personality of the person, even their lifestyle. Some people have very good spending habit and some are very very conservative. Then the interest and the hobby part, which are again very very personal to the people. So these are the aspects which we can actually keep in mind when we are actually trying to narrow down our spending our marketing resources using the customer profiling. So with that beginning, I would like to now open views from all of you, or if you have any question or further clarification, please do so. Any language is fine. So feel free to use English, Hindi, whatever you feel convenient. So let's go to Ojas. Ojas, does this give you a clarity in terms of customer profiling based on your question last week?
Yes, yes, it does. That you said that the decision maker of the house, the one that influences.
Right.
It may be the eldest of the house, and it may be the man of the house, means the husband, right? So that's what we are doing right now is just focusing on the person who is ordering, the person that we are interacting to always, while we are targeting our potential. That's our niche market, right? So based on that, what I learned, right, the area that the person, the target customer is living in, other than that, the is having, and the family members of them. So I would like to ask one more thing: how can we really man of the house, means this is the one who is influencing our orders, and we can get more orders by, let's say, if we are considering that if children are focusing, if we are focusing on the children or the elder people, then how can we identify?
How can we identify who is making the decision is the question, right? Or just
may I comment on this?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Okay. Mainly deals with a lady, because majorly.
Sir, little louder, please. Little louder.
Okay. Dropped out. Hello.
Yeah, sound is pretty clear.
Yeah. Now, go ahead, Sadanand sir.
You hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My take on this would be essentially the households. Then typically the ladies in the household decide about the requirement of grocery. They are the prime motivators of the decision. I wouldn't say decision makers, but the motivators of the decision. Because like availability of money, the pressing need, etc., the decision could vary. But for a household, and if you are dealing with restaurants and all, or you to send the owner, the chef over there would be a decision maker, in my view.
Yes.
Right. So that's I think it's a very good input, Sadanand sir. There are Sadanand sir said one term that there are not necessarily the decision makers, but they are motivating the decision. In plain English language, we call it as people who are influencing the decision. So if a father buys Cadbury Dairy Milk, then it is actually influenced by the children. because they are the consumer, they are not the customer. Customer is one who is paying the money for in exchange of buying the product, but somebody else is consuming, which is children in case of chocolate, right? So there are influencers and there are decision makers. Now in your case, going back to your question, Ojas, how do we know that who is making that decision? I think one of the simplest thing that you can do is to really look at if some data is available on Google or on any search engine where there is a validated data for a specific geography. Now you can't go to Anand and Nadiyad kind of geography because वो level का data नहीं मिलेगा. But at least in India, in Indian culture, who are the people who are making decision? If you can find some information on internet, and I'm pretty sure that you will find something relevant which is validated and it is actually surveyed by some standard agency. So that is one of the ways to find out who are the decision makers for your kind of business, for your kind of products. Another thing is you can actually smartly do the survey yourself.
Okay.
Yes, doctor. You wanted to say something?
Yes, here which I would like to say. What happens whenever example, then everybody will understand what exactly I want to say. Whenever we share a post on Facebook, promote. Now here is my question, and what rightly said by Biman sir, that the age criteria, gender, geography and all. But go for the thing like I want to contact only influencers, whichever ultimately it is not a there is a slight difference between sales and marketing. If we are marketing, if we are giving any sales offer, then we can go for this profiling and all. But for what we can say big chunk, and then we can segregate once that leads converted to prospect. But before that we should not do research and I want this type of customers, and not to classify. It should be open into the sales part. We can go for this customer profiling. That's it, which I want to.
I differ here. This customer profiling is bulk of it is actually related to marketing, because marketing actually makes it very easy for the sales. Sales is when you have identified a customer or customer has identified us, and then either both the parties are interested in each other. So customer is interested in buying and seller is interested in selling. Then the entire sales process starts.
Sir, Biman sir, what I am saying, what point I want to make is, मेरे पास I don't have customer right now. I don't have ना.
हाँ, sorry, आपका थोड़ा वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है. Can you?
जैसे Facebook के पास डेटा है, ओके, उनके पास हजारों लाखों लोगों का डेटा है, देन ओनली दे आर आस्किंग मी यू वांट. मेरे पास तो डेटा ही नहीं है ना, तो मैं कहां से करूंगा?
हाँ, but you have to first of all define, see, as a business, first
Hello?
of all, yeah. Can you hear me? Is everybody able to hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And I hope there is no break in
Yes.
while I'm speaking, because in your when you were narrating, doctor, that time I think there was little bit gap, or there was a voice which was cracking. But anyway, as a business, when you are ready with your product or when you are ready with your service or solution, you have to figure out who are the most likely customers for this business. and you be very specific rather than be very general. Okay, maybe initially you probably will have a thought process in place where you think, no, my product is actually applicable to everybody. Now in your study abroad solution, every single person who is desirous of going abroad and study can possibly be your customer. But within that, what you need to do is, as part of customer profiling, is to be very, very specific. Specific in the sense, the students who are interested in management, taking up management studies outside, students who are interested in medical science,
Absolutely.
students who are interested in engineering,
Accepted.
and the students who are coming from certain universities. Not everybody, if you start counseling a bunch of students, let's say 200 plus students who are coming from, let's say, not so very reputed university, probably they don't stand any chance to go out and study abroad. Other than that, your next criteria for customer profiling could be only the students who are willing to pay that price or willing to spend that kind of money to go out and study. We don't want to really differentiate here from the economical background of the people, but one of the things definitely comes in picture is the people who are middle class or higher middle class, and then of course super rich.
Certainly.
So these are the people, or this is the kind of profiling that you need to do in your business, and that is a part of marketing, because marketing is
What I wanted to know,
yeah.
Bhiman sir, लेकिन मैं क्या
Yeah, go ahead please.
my clear is what about the influencers?
हाँ, so
उनको तो हम छोड़ रहे हैं ना.
हाँ, so in your case again, taking
बाजू में.
taking your product or your service, who could be the influencers? One of the influencers are of course the parents, okay, and there is also a herd mentality among students. So when you are taking let's say an educative webinar for the entire university or entire college, then obviously the students, they also discuss when they go back or after your session, they are going to discuss among themselves and try to figure out what is good for them and what is not good for them. Because in case of students, the influence is of course coming from their peer group, and then of course there are counselors, there are teachers who can also influence the decision, because sometimes students are well connected with their faculties and they take their opinion to make the right choice. So these are your influencers for your class of customers. Am I right? Wrong?
Okay.
Is my understanding correct?
नहीं, what I am saying, in our target customer, in our advertisements or our marketing to these, and at that time we are missing these influencers. That is what my point is.
Right. So let's say if you want to, if your business is ready to spend, let's say, or run the paid campaign, as an example. Today actually we should have Amol Pandit actually ये call में होने चाहिए थे या ओनकार होना चाहिए था, because they both know this online ad campaign very well. But anyway, जितना मुझे पता है उसमें से मैं बताता हूँ आपको कि when you are running a paid ad campaign through Google or Facebook or any other social media platform, you can actually specify what age group you want to target, which city you want to target, and that's how Facebook or Google are going to actually flash your paid ad campaigns or paid advertisements to those people only.
Yeah, I have done it. I can explain if you want.
Yes, please. Or just if you can share your experience, that will actually can be correlated.
Should I?
Yes.
Hello.
Please. Yes, please.
Let's take an example of Instagram. What's there? Let's consider that you are living in Pune or Mumbai, right? There are around 2 lakhs of doctors, right? And you want to focus only doctors, or let's say there are students who are just passed out, or let's say 40,000 of actors. So in Instagram they have the profile. the customers. And if you have targeted, let's say you want to target only and only actors, let's say, or the colleges, or those who want to go for abroad, those would be like 12 students, or let's say fourth year. You can focus on that particular target segment, and this option is also given, like this flashed to this many people. Like let's say per day it would be flashed to 4,000 people, 5,000 people, and over a week of time, based on the money that you pay, the number of customer increases, and particular customer you can target lot of varieties in the customer segment, each and everything, because Instagram and Facebook and Google have identified our basic need and also our profession based on that searches and the in paid promotion.
Accepted.
Right.
Again, I'm just giving it as an example. Because Facebook, Google, Insta, these social platforms, they are having only social marketing. We are just talking as a whole customer profiling.
Right, but because
Data with us.
Yeah. So see, you don't have the data, but you can actually use the available data with these search engine platforms and benefit from it.
Okay. Can I give one example?
Yes, please.
Non-social platforms.
Non-social.
Okay, tell me.
So as I said that I have customer base of around 50 to 60 B2B customers right now from last 1 year. So based on that, what I have gained that the type of order pattern that they are ordering, the things that they require over a period of time. So I have been known that this kind of things they require over a period of time, let's say 1 month, 1 year, or 6 months, right? A particular target customer segment. So what I was thinking, I haven't implemented this idea. I was just thinking about my marketing strategy. And thank you, Sadanand ji, that one-page marketing book did help me in this. So what I have learned from that is I can bifurcate over my niche target customer. Yeah, Sadanand ji, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, actually, Ojas, thanks a lot for having spared time to go through that. It's a small but a wonderful book about 150 pages. See, essentially, everybody could be the customer, but the essence of the thing is whether it is on cost-benefit analysis, how does it figure out when you chase everybody? And that is where you need to find a niche. Actually, as described by Alan Divinder, your niche should be 1 inch wide and 1 mile deep. That is where you focus all your energy and try to get more and more output. Or your constraining factor, which could be time, which could be something else.
Okay. So coming back to my point, what I was explaining, I would just take 1 minute. So what I was thinking is, let's say I was thinking of introducing subscription-based model. So in this model, I know that, for example, let's say Girish, you are our customer. Dr. Girish, you are our customer. Right, so you are ordering about 6,000 rupees per month, and these are the categories of food that you require, right? Food and grocery. What I was thinking that I am quite sure from the data that we have and the survey that we have done that in no house till date I have found out that they have pre-planned a month period of time of the subject that they are going to cook. For example, let's say no lady have planned a whole month of the cooking that they will be going to cook, right? So as far our knowledge, so what we have thought is that we will be providing them vegetables and groceries as per our prediction, our data. And as you said that we used those data, and we will be first what we will do, we will take the fees of subscription, let's say 6,000 from you from at the start of the month, and without your asking me, you can change your product, but you don't have to choose every day. Means as we order from Amazon or Big Basket, what we have to do is we have to choose it. Means today I want to buy 3 kgs of this, 4 kgs of this. What we were thinking is pre-ordering without their consent. Just ordering whole week, yeah, whole month will be planned for them. We will plan their diet for them. First, what we will do, we will have a counselor who will connect with them, get the information properly, communicate with them properly, and then we will provide them. After reading the book from Sadanand, that what I have come from the conclusion that I will be focusing on our niche target. I hope I am clear.
Yes.
Hello. All right.
Does that answer your question, Dr. Girish Kilkar?
Yeah, but my prime question is, if I don't have data, then how to go for it?
Yeah, so there are multiple ways. Like, for example, there are a lot of SMSs you must be receiving where people are offering data. For example, just to talk about, let's say, my service, which is business coaching or executive coaching. I have got in last 5 years or so at least as many as 10 SMSs where people are offering data, that we have the database of companies and CEOs. So if I am interested in top level executive coaching, CEO level or director level or vice president level, probably I can purchase that data and I can start my sales process or marketing process, let's say.
Okay, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Now, sir, Biman sir, do you expect that SMS marketing will fetch you a lead to coach a business or CXO of any company?
No, see, SMS marketing probably is not a right model for my kind of service. Okay, but what I am getting here is I am just getting the database, which was your prime question, that what if I don't have the database. So answer to that is there are providers of database and you can purchase the database.
Yes.
Number one. Okay. Second thing is before Google and Facebook and the Instagrams of the world came in light, in India we had something called as Just Dial, and now we also have India Mart. Okay, now for your kind of service and my kind of service, probably India Mart and Just Dial are not really appropriate platforms, but for some people that could also be a very good platform, wherein you are not getting the database because they hold the database, but you are at least flashing yourself, at least flashing your products and services and your business over there, and that is the way you start getting the leads. Okay, so that answers your next level. Okay, database आने के बाद में क्या करें? Now, for example, if I go back one step again, if I have got the database of 2 lakh CEOs in the country, or let's say 2 lakh companies, 200,000 I am talking about, I can selectively filter it out based on my geography, that I want to do service only in let's say Pune or Maharashtra. Then I will just filter that out, and that leaves me with, let's say, 1,000 as an example. And then with those 1,000 people, I can start with my marketing activity. I can probably start sending my brochures or making cold call, or at least try and get some referrals. So in Saturday Club, probably I can specifically say that I want connects in automobile industry of top level people. So if I am able to get those references from my colleagues in business club, probably that can be the beginning. So that's how we go about it.
Okay.
But here what I did, because our central topic today is customer profiling, what I did is while purchasing the databases, I am very clear that I want to target the CEO level or top decision makers of the company. So that's my profiling. I am not going by their age. Some CEOs could be 35 years young, or some could be 55 years. Doesn't really matter, as long as they are in a decision making position and they want to take their business to the next level. I think I am the right person for them, and that's how I start. And then second level filtration or profiling that I have done is based on the geography, that I want to limit myself into Pune or Maharashtra.
Perfect.
Gets you the answer?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Anything you want to add, Sadanand ji? सहस्त्र बुद्धे सर के पास जाएंगे. If he has anything to add here.
नहीं sir. जी.
Okay. Or just you wanted to say something.
Yeah. Okay. So can you brief us, as we are talking about customer profiling, how can customer profiling help while we are focusing on affiliate marketing? Let's say, simple question, affiliate marketing.
Okay. Can you be little more specific about it? What's your question?
Okay. So for example,
Or just we can't hear you. Or just, are you still there with us?
hello.
Yes.
Hello. So am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So what I'm asking is, for example, let's say that I'm focusing on the person that can afford iPhone, right? So what can I do? What can I do is I will contact the person who owns an iPhone store, and I will collaborate with them that I will give you this kind of offers and schemes to the customer that they come in to buy an iPhone. So what can happen is the iPhone owner shop can also have win-win situation and and I also can have a win situation, because I will be getting the customers, those who are buying iPhone. So I'm asking this kind of affiliate marketing. So can you just brief how can we do it more effectively?
Yeah. So basically, you want to do profiling of your potential affiliate marketers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, it works. See, you have just mentioned. I think the answer is in your question itself. The moment you say, I want to, let's say, possibly target iPhone sellers or iPhone stores. Or Apple stores as my affiliate marketing. So obviously, why iPhone? Why not any other phones? That itself is a profiling, isn't it?
Yes.
That itself is a profiling. You are not going to go to any consumer electronic stores and make them your affiliate marketing partner.
Okay. Just to add, Biman sir, can I?
Yes, please.
Okay. What I am doing here for study abroad. Before starting this study abroad, I started this foreign language training.
Right.
Or foreign language training marketing, because it is like an affiliate marketing for me. Because the one who is thinking of whenever a student thinks of a foreign language, it is very clear in his mind, either he wants to work with that company or he wants to go over there for studies. So this is like a customer profiling only, but it do take a lot of time. It's very time consuming, but still, yes, it's a marketing. So it is good, but it takes its own time. So affiliate marketing, customer profiling, it takes its own time.
Yeah, it takes. Okay, so that is a slightly different case, doctor. What you are doing with foreign language courses is not actually your affiliate marketing. You are basically creating your own ecosystem, and you are basically creating one step further in your top side of your funnel, because you are likely to get students from there. So it is actually,
Yes.
Before you start even profiling, what you are doing is, or what you have realized is that the students who are taking up foreign language courses, obviously they have something in their mind. Either they are going to go and work there, or they are going to go and study there. That is one step ahead of your customer profiling, and it is part of your ecosystem where you are going to source your leads from. It becomes your lead generation entity, isn't it? It's not really affiliate marketing per se, or it's not contributing to straight away customer profiling, according to my understanding.
I would like to understand how Sadanandji works in customer profiling in his business.
Fine. Bimanji, can I?
Oh yes, sure sir. Please don't ask for any permission. It's our platform.
I agree with you, but generally what happens is there is some thinking process going on which may break because of an interruption. That's why I asked you.
No. The question from Ojas was straight away to you, so please do so. Please
Yeah.
do answer.
Just I was actually before somebody brought to my notice about customer profiling and this book. I was doing a similar kind of a mistake, like shooting in all the directions and hoping that something will click. Typically, we always say that energy is a backbone of every activity, be it household. We were actually saying that right from cradle you need energy to till the time you reach grave. But obviously, we were dissipating our lot of energy and resources on chasing comparatively smaller kind of targets. Once we realized that the cost benefit analysis is working adversely against us, what we decided was that essentially we will work only with the businesses which are having their monthly energy bill in excess of rupees 5 lakhs. Now, if you look at it from the Pareto analysis point of view, then when you talk of businesses, the entire retail market is precluded. And when you talk more than 5 lakh rupees bill on a monthly basis, on average, obviously, it also precludes a lot many small shops, etc., whose requirement could be very small. At least what should happen is when a person visits over there, spends his time in on-site as well as off-site and back office working, the entire ticket size and the profit from the ticket size should be sufficient to compensate and generate profit, which does not happen if we really go much below 5 lakh rupees. And that is what we started doing was we started looking at people who are having a ticket size of more than 5 lakh. Now, when I say 5 lakh rupees, how do I identify? So we typically started looking at people who are running for 4 hours because it's almost obvious that people, businesses like hospitals, hotels, your industry and chemical units, etc., would have their monthly bills in excess of 5 lakh rupees for sure. The other reason for this is only percentage saving is not a sufficient lure because ultimately your cash flow and P&L is always in absolute numbers and not in percentages. So anybody having the energy bill of 5 lakh rupees a month, if I can say 1 lakh rupees a month, annually his profit goes up and cash flow improves 12 lakh rupees, which practically means he can kind of, cover 2 employees' salary easily or maybe more. And that is how we decided to sharpen our focus. Now, beyond that, what we did was, yes, when these are my target businesses, who do I approach? We also found in this entire process that purchase people are not very great connects. When I say they are not very great connects, what I mean is, when you go to a purchase person, typically a purchase person would look at something branded because that kind of safeguards his chair. So is nowhere near any branded company. We are miles away and below them. So we decided to approach maintenance people because they are the ones who are most troubled. When there is some failure or the other, they are always running some or the other kind of a backlog. So in these businesses having energy bill in excess of 5 lakh rupees, we started approaching their maintenance people and it has helped us a lot. So we kind of defined 3 niches. One niche is business, second niche is a business having more than 5 lakh bill, and third niche is a maintenance person or maintenance charge from such businesses. That is how we started doing it, and that is what has actually worked till now for us, worked reasonably well, much better than the approaching purchase guys. Bimanji, I'm through. And Ojas, I believe I could have thrown some light on your question.
Yes.
Okay, all right, great. I think that's a wonderful sharing that you have done, Sadanand sir. Sometimes on the way we also pick up things that and then we kind of start narrowing down. For example, I would like to give my own example where when I started with my business coaching initially, I thought, okay, my services could be a right fit for any kind of business. which is still a true statement. But what I have realized while working or while providing the services to some of the smaller customers whose turnover is less than 50 lakhs or less than 1 CR, probably they do not have a clear understanding about what this service is. They understand, they value my experience, they value my advices, they value my association with them. But sometimes I have realized that people actually wanted me to be their CEO rather than a business coach, which obviously is not my prerogative, or this is not something that I want to do. So I actually started looking away from those kind of inquiries and started focusing only on those matured customer, I would say. I'm not saying, when I say matured customer, what I mean is that the customer clearly understands, they have the maturity to understand the real application of my services, rather than somebody just looking for you come to my business either in the capacity of an advisor or a strategic growth advisor or whatever label you want to put it, and do things for me. Well, what I do is, I do business coaching. I am not there to take actions on behalf of them. My role is not to run their business, my role is to help them run their business. That's the clarity which is required, and probably those whom I am talking about, the slightly immature customer, probably do not have that clarity. So I started looking away from that. So that also kind of customer profiling that actually happened on the way for me. So sometimes you have to identify who are the real potential customers for you, so that you don't really break your heads against the wall, or you don't waste your resources on unnecessary, unwanted customers. That is another benefit of customer profiling. So basically you stay focused on who should be your customer, but that probably when you start the business you are not able to identify. But on the way, if you are observant about it, if you are really analyzing the experience that you have had so far, you will obviously find your sweet spot. That's all I had to say.
On the same, I would just like to ask both of you, as you both said the experience, I would like that, what if the customer approaches to you, you are not approaching the customer, he or she approaches to you and he is not your target customer, will you accept them, or will you reject them?
Yeah, that's a very situational question, Ojas. If you need the business, if you need the revenue, yes, why shouldn't you entertain that customer, even if he does not fit your customer profiling? But be very clear that you are not compromising on margins or any other T&Cs while dealing with the customer who has just walked in. This is something that we call as walk-in customer. But if your situation does not permit, if you are too busy with the kind of customer that you want to work with, then you have to find polite ways to deny these kind of customers.
May I add something?
Yes, please, sir.
Just what we do is, I explain to you the way in which we look at it. Now, there is a possibility that Bimanji, I'm just using your name for example's sake. Suppose for some reason Bimanji tells me that, look, Sadanand, I know your products are a bit costlier. I know I'm not a bulk user. I don't have the 5 lakh rupees monthly energy bill, but I have a household requirement. Would you provide me with something? Then if he is willing to do it at my price, I would obviously do, for the very simple reason that I don't know where all Bimanji is connected, where all in future, if suppose he turns out to be a satisfied customer, can he kind of connect me? So if there is a walk-in customer, we would try to fulfill the walk-in customer at our price, in the hope that a satisfied customer could connect me with somebody or some business where I can get a better kind of exposure or realization in future. It's again, it's a matka. But we do prefer. I'm using that word just because it's a chance. But yes, that chance, there are times when it could work well. I will just share a small story with you, Bimanji, with your permission,
yes,
which I heard yesterday. I was talking to somebody. This gentleman had printed New Year diaries. Now, New Year diaries are useful only in December and January for circulation purpose. After February, the flavor is gone. This gentleman by mistake happened to print 2000 diaries when his requirement was maybe 1500 diaries or so. Then what this gentleman did was the remaining 500 diaries he gave to his security fellow, his milkman, saying कि तुम जहाँ जहाँ जाते हो ना वहाँ दे दो करके. This gentleman is a chartered accountant, established chartered accountant, and it so happened that one of the diaries fell in the hands of a person who is owner of a very big business in his locality, and it went to him indirectly, maybe through milkman or whatever. But then this gentleman ended meeting with that business owner and ending with his business. These chance things do happen. So if it is possible, if the customer walks into you, you would not deny that customer.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Got your answer, Ojas?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think we have just finished almost 1 hour long discussion. Of course, today we had some technical glitches here, so I'm sorry about that. But I think later on, I think it started working well. So Google is supporting us. Girishji, if there is any other question, we can take up that.
No. In the meanwhile, I have just downloaded that book.
Okay, all right.
Let us hope so. But I'll just go through.
Yeah.
But at least I got some insights.
Let us hope so is a very kind of a very lame commitment. Can you commit that in next 1 month you will finish that book?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll finish it within a week's time.
Okay, we are going to check on you. Huh?
Yes, I will. I will definitely read.
Okay, I have recently got one book called Cracking the CRM Code. I will see if I have a copy here. But I'll post the title of that book on the group. I'll take the photograph and I'll post it on the group. It's a very nice book. It's like a novel, but it helps you to understand the CRM.
Okay.
Alright, so the only last thing before we part our ways today and start enjoying our weekend, what should be the topic of our next fortnight? Any suggestions from anybody? Ojas, Sadanandji, Girishji? Anything that we want to take up, anything which is related to business?
If time permits, then we should try to kind of finalize one PMP for everybody. Only
Right.
thing, one basic most requirement for that is, in fact, Bimanji, Ojas, Bimanji is a convener. He has got to be there in every meeting. But Ojas has been pretty regular
Yes.
in meetings. These things will work only if a person is pretty regular in attending it, so that the flow continues. The
Right.
flow does not get broken in between. But it could be a good idea if for all of us, if we can try and finalize our 1 PMPs, because that become a starting point for everybody.
Right. So it's a good suggestion. I was just expecting that there is slightly more participation in our WhatsApp group first, and then of course some increased number in our meetings. Once we have some participation level, probably we can definitely do that. And actually, I was about to request you, Sadanandji, that if you can also lead that activity, on that one-page marketing plan, that PMP thing, for 1 fortnight, and let people take guidance from you, because you have already read the book. Ojas is on the way. Me and Girishji will also read the book. But since you have already gone through that, maybe you can just guide the people if they need any help, and then we can actually have internal, sharing of our 1 PMP.
I can certainly, I'll be open to helping people.
So let's wait for, let's say, another month or so to run through that activity. We will dedicate 1 entire week for that PMP as a topic. And then when we convene in this meeting format, online meeting format, we will discuss about our one-page marketing plan.
Can I suggest the next?
Just suggesting a delay of 1 month in that. Yes, Ojas.
Okay, next meeting. Can I suggest next meeting topic?
Yes, please. Why not?
Financial projections in terms of finance or accounts, anything
Great.
related to that.
Wonderful topic. Okay, let's do that. I'll prepare a short summary like I always do and post it on the group in next 1 or 2 days.
Oh, sure.
It's a great topic. And again, I'm going to request Sadanandji to lead that, because he is a qualified CMA, so he can actually guide people better than anybody else.
Hey, thanks for your kind words. I'll try.
All right. Okay, so I'll put a note
All
on
right.
group about financial projection.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Bye bye.
All
Bye
right,
for
yeah.
now.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank